Hi guys, it's H-Jax here, and we're back again with another Storytime with H-Jax. And before we start this video, if you haven't seen the shout out to Z-Jax video, check it out. Or even better, check out his channel.
Z-Jax.
And if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and comments if comments are on. Okay, anyway, recap, Dad.
All right, so in part 1 of Storytime with H-Jax 2, Kai's Happy New Year, Kai and his dog and another dog, they all created clones of themselves, and they got into a bunch of hijinks that wound up with Kai being in the hospital. Here's the thing about Kai being in the hospital. Kai kind of enjoys it. Is that right?
Yeah. And what Kai had to do in the hospital was do nothing. So the doggies couldn't figure out anything to do. The doggies decided to assemble a team.
The dogs decided to assemble a team of hospital dogs.
No, a team of pets.
A team of pets. Are they hospital pets?
Nope, just pets.
A team of pets. What does the team of pets do?
The team of pets will stop the bad guys like this. We'll stop the bad guys until Kai gets better.
Fascinating. One day, a strange individual visited Kai in the hospital. A very, very tall person wearing a hood, and the hood was attached to a magnificent Technicolor robe. Whenever the stranger who was visiting Kai moved through the room just a little bit, there was a curious, lovely sound that this Technicolor garment made. It made Kai feel better. Kai wanted to know more about this person who had just entered the room and had yet to say anything. So Kai said to this being,
"Who are you and why are you here?" And the being said, "Heh, I'm glad you asked. I'm your greatest enemy." And ate Kai up in his humongous cloak.
ooh, he surrounded Kai with his cloak after announcing that he was his greatest enemy?
Uh-huh.
My goodness.
He put Kai inside his cloak.
Inside his cloak.
Which leads to an infinite void until he's let out.
Oh my gosh, so Kai has gone from being in the hospital with a team of pets defending him to being
no,
inside.
The team of pets are outside right now.
Yes.
On pet training.
Oh, I see. So the pets are training outside of the hospital. Kai, in the meantime, is in the hospital feeling a bit bored when this being, in a very tall being, in a Technicolor robe, envelops him with his robe and pulls him into an infinite space. This being seems very powerful. What happens to Kai once he's in this infinite space?
Nothing. He just ends up more bored than he was earlier.
Wow. One thing that lots of stories need is lots of characters who are bored. That makes for a killer story, doesn't it?
Yes.
No.
No.
So what happens to Kai once he's in this infinite space? What does he see there?
Nothing. It's just a void of nothingness.
A void of nothingness. Is the nothingness dark? Is it light? Does he hear anything? Does he see anything?
He sees a bunch. He sees black everywhere. He sees the other people that the cloak guy had caught.
He sees the other people caught by the cloak guy.
And then he saw the portal closing. So he swam and swam and swam, but he didn't make it.
Oh, well, who are the other people and creatures and beings who were captured by this individual?
That's for you to decide. It's your turn.
It's my turn. Kai met lots of other captured beings inside this void.
Oh no, they were inside a bunch of bubbles and they couldn't speak.
Oh, I see. He saw a lot of other beings inside of bubbles like the one that he was inside of. Every so often...
No, they couldn't see. Kai isn't in a bubble yet.
I'm telling the story now.
Oh, dang it.
So I get to decide what's going on.
Dang it.
So imagine being in this void and there being many, many, many spheres just floating around in this space. And inside the sphere was a different being or creature. They took many different forms. Some of them were recognizable animals. Some of them were people. Some of them appeared to be people from a very, 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 very long time ago. They were smaller. Their skulls had a different structure. And each being looked around. Some of the bubbles contained things that didn't look like animals or people that he'd ever seen before. He wasn't sure whether or not they were living creatures, but some empathic feeling that he had made him feel that every one of these bubbles contained an individual life of some kind. Kai found himself wondering what was going to happen to him and to all of these other beings in these bubbles. And then Kai had an idea.
And that idea was, it's time for a bubble popping party!
A bubble popping party in the infinite void. What could be better?
And now that all of them were out of their bubbles, they would be able to escape, but only once the void had opened. So it was up to the doggies to defeat him.
And so Kai had to get a message out to his dog buddies.
He had a phone with him.
He had a phone with a really excellent signal. Very good coverage plan. 6G, and which allowed him to call from his dimension into our dimension. And of course, he equipped both Bo and Sadie with devices that they could use to speak back and forth with him. These are phones, of course, but they also were excellent transcription devices, translation devices, rather, that could translate his words into dog language, and vice versa. So, Kai spoke first to Bo, his heroic, super-suited dog, who was outside of the hospital waiting for commands.
And then
Bo said, "What's up, Kai? Do you want me to come up to your room?" And Kai said, "Bo, I need you to do more than that. I need you to come up to my room and see if there is a tall being in a robe that is still in the room."
So, what they did was they went up to the room, and our hero, Sadie...
And Bo.
Yes, Sadie and Bo, but Sadie... Bo is Sadie's sidekick. He used to be the other way around, but now Bo is Sadie's sidekick.
Sadie full rank.
Yes. Anyway, so Sadie got her own super suit, And she thought to herself, when she got there, he said that to see a tall person in a tall robe. And Kai couldn't have just vanished from his room. He couldn't have just walked out. Oh no, maybe he got swallowed in the cloak. Dun, dun, dun! And that's where we're gonna leave it for this video, guys.
That's the end of part 2. Tomorrow we'll chime in with part 3. This story certainly has acquired new dimensions, hasn't it?
Actually.
Well, we just ended it, so let's end the video. Right?
Yep, but actually, gaming video tomorrow or day after.
Right, so a gaming video tomorrow on Wednesday, January 13th. And then on Thursday, January 14th, we'll be back with part 3 of Kai's Happy New Year.
And also, guys, PS5, and you know I like Spider-Man. You know which game we're playing first, guys. See you then in Marvel Spider-Man.